Well, the global anti-smoking campaign could adversely affect tobacco growers like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe depends on tobacco for more than a quarter of its GDP. CCTV's Farai Mwakutua spoke to tobacco farmers in Harare and has their story.
Smoking in undesignated areas here can see you slapped with a hefty fine, and the risks associated with smoking are widely publicized. But tobacco is crucial to Zimbabwe. The golden leaf is the biggest agricultural export. Its farming employs more than 100,000 people, and it accounts for a quarter of the country's GDP. Raymond Gombera, here to sell his crop before the auction floors close, tells me there are several employees expectantly waiting for him back home. People's lives have been changed by tobacco, he says. Gertrude Ngwenya doesn't smoke, but she justifies her trade by saying smoking is a lifestyle choice.
We can grow maize for subsistence for our families, but that's all. With tobacco, we can buy houses, send children to school. Tobacco is the crop that gives us real money.
Zimbabwe is fighting a Canadian-sponsored campaign to ban tobacco products through the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control.
It's a fight which will take a bit of time, taking into account that Brazil, China actually the biggest producer of tobacco, is fighting against Canada on that. Even America, they also have a case against that. So it's not our battle alone.
While that may be a protracted fight, global restrictions on tobacco advertising and a growing awareness of the health risks will see a reduction in smoking, and that could have an adverse effect on the markets for local tobacco.
And that's why government is being urged to make Plan B.
Crops like soybean, looking at other crops like horticulture crops, which give a higher value. In that way, we can be able to mitigate that. But sometimes it's also a challenge because areas where you grow tobacco, you cannot be able to grow maize, for example, even soybean. These are poor soils. So you need to identify areas where you cannot grow tobacco and find ways of putting animal husbandry or other activities in there.
It will take significant investment of both time and resources to build capacity in new crops and to sell them as alternatives to the multitude of farmers currently cashing in on tobacco. Farai Mwakutua, CCTV, Harare, Zimbabwe.